Do you enjoy our YouTube content? Do you wish there was more? Well, now there is. Patreon.com/PowerCast Network. There you will find, just starting at $5 a month, more access to podcasts, to shows, to other saves. Check it out today, everybody. That's patreon.com/PowerCast Network. Welcome back, everybody, to the 1987 Supermod. I'm your host, as always, Brad Drake, and this is my Windy City show. That's right. We got a new one, so it's not coming off naturally off the tongue yet. But this is Windy City Wrestling, and this is going to be a setup show. We're going to take a look at things and see what's going on. Right off the bat, just so you know, we have put out a great deal of contract offers. Most are to enhancement talent. Some are not, and we'll go through that. George Shire here did some commentary work along with Mick Karch over the years. They were excellent together. I've watched a lot of footage with them where they called matches for the West 4 Wrestling Alliance out of Manitoba, Canada. So we're going to attempt to bring in George Shire to work with Mick Karch and be our commentary team. Sam DeCero's got his hands full with enough stuff, so we'll let these two take over. Butch Schultz, of course, enhancement talent. Brian Walsh, enhancement talent. Dino Casanova, enhancement talent. El Bracero, it was a very good lightweight who was with the WWA for years. He's a free agent at this point. It makes total sense for us to bring him in. He's a name in the Chicago area and the Midwest area. Jeff Crimley, enhancement. John Rizzo, enhancement. Jose Medina, enhancement. Milo Huertas. Milo Huertas is the younger brother of Jose Gonzalez, who was Invader number 2. Eventually, Milo Huertas would don the mask and become Invader number 4. But at this point in 1987, he's very young and just starting out his career. He did some work for Florida and a bunch of other promotions. We're going to bring him in for our light heavyweight division. He's a good hand, and Chicago, whether you know it or not, has a very large Puerto Rican population. It also has a very large Mexican population, depending what part of the city you go to. And it only makes sense for us to appeal to those markets here with Windy City Wrestling. Michael Sexton, enhancement talent. Mickey Shannon, enhancement talent. Mike Powers, Paul Dose, Terry Ellis, Ben Patrick, Bobby Walker, all enhancement talent. David Price, of course, enhancement talent. All these names are going to look familiar along with these faces too, and you'll see a pattern. How could I not bring in Houdini and all of his awesome talents, right? Jason Walker, enhancement. Stanton, enhancement. Julio Rodriguez, enhancement. Keith Pullins, enhancement. Razor DeVito, we're going to bring in for our light heavyweight division. Even though he was working for the rival PWI at the time, so was the Zebra Kid, and they actually had a pretty good tag team together, so we're going to bring him in. We are also going to attempt to bring in the crafty veteran, Tony Charles. Tony Charles was a magician in the ring. He wrestled that excellent British style, and I think he'd be a good person to have around with the young wrestlers that we have. We're also going to attempt to bring in Villano 5. He's the youngest member of the Villano family. And again, he's going to have cross appeal to the Mexican market in Chicago and is going to do very good things for us. So our lightweight division is going to look pretty solid here. We're also going to make another change right off the bat. Let's go ahead and reset this here. And Psycho and Killer went by Hangman 1 and Hangman 2 in Windy City Pro Wrestling. So that's exactly what we're going to do, is change their names over. And that's been handled now. No, we don't need an alter ego. All right, so we got that done. Now, it's kind of ridiculous since you had the two Tokyo Bullets, 1 and 2, but what are you going to do? It's the way it was. We're also in a major deficit here of baby faces and babyface tag teams. You can see we have just about twice as many heels as baby faces for the heavyweight division, and it's going to be a little bit more even in the light heavyweight division, but we'll give it a shot and see what we can do. We also need to pick up at least one more female heel, and we need to pick up some female enhancement talent also. Those of you that have watched my shows before know that I try to follow things realistically, and enhancement talent was a big deal with 80s wrestling, even on these small independent shows. Probably even more so on the independent shows. So let's take a look here, and let's look for some female wrestlers who are unemployed who might be able to help us out here, whether as enhancement talent or as regular wrestlers. Amy the Farmer's Daughter was a really good babyface women's wrestler. I'd like to bring her in, but I only have a slot for a heel. So bringing her in isn't going to help us. You know what we can do? Andy Austin is better as a heel anyway. So why don't we bring her in as Trudy Adams, which I think was her regular name. Yes. And we'll bring her in as a babyface. That should help our women's division. Now, let's see if we have any ladies enhancement talents that could help us out. Well, a lot of these women are very good. Sabrina, we can bring her in as enhancement. We don't need a whole lot of women enhancement talent because we're not going to have a whole lot of women's matches. Women's wrestling was really an attraction, and we're going to treat it that way. Wow, there's a lot of really good women's wrestlers here. All right, we can use Misty Dawn as enhancement. And Liz Chase was the real deal. We don't want to use her. Yeah, we can use Habana. We're going to change her name. All right, so we got that set now. Now let's take a look at our product. Because we use enhancement talent, you got to have the heel face not enforced. Okay. We are going to change our product, and I do it in the editor. I don't care. We're going to change our product to Classic Balanced. I really like Classic Balance. I think it makes the most sense for the 80s pro wrestling product. And we're going to call it DeCero style. There we go. We're good there. All right, and what do we have coming up here? We changed our TV shows to be on Wednesdays. If we don't have enough enhancement talent signed by Wednesday, then we'll go ahead and change this up. Right away, too, we got to get the merchandise going, because merchandise in this game is really where you make your money. Now let's take a look at coverage. All we have is small for Great Lakes and it's actually a Peoria TV station. So you always gotta go down to Will Negotiate. So we actually have a Canadian channel here that wants to negotiate. Of course, a lot of these channels will take anybody. We're looking for Midwest. Are there any Midwest channels here? Yes. And we probably can't get them because they have ICW on it. Let's see if there's another one available. See if they got room for us. They do not. All right, so we are screwed by getting on TV in the Midwest here. Well, it's kind of expected, right? Was there any doubles that we might have missed? There was not. So it's not good. Not able to get on in the Midwest. Let's find out why some of the Midwest stations don't want us. We don't pass all their requirements. Company size. That's what's hurting us. All right, let's take, for the heck of it, let's take that station in Manitoba. Can't hurt, right? Get on TV there in Manitoba and try to get a 6-month deal. They don't want to give us afternoon. They're going to give us graveyard. Fair enough. All right, so that one is signed, and unfortunately, that's all we can get right now for television. Let's go ahead and fast forward here, move along, and see what else we can get. And again, we're trying to get enhancement talent. If for some reason we can't, we'll delay it. We'll change the TV show, and we'll delay TV for a week if we have to. But we should be able to pick up enhancement talents pretty quickly and pretty easily. It's usually not a problem. And then, of course, we're going to be running studio shows, which was exactly what Windy City actually did. And we used to run them on Friday nights. So we'll say studio. Chicago. And we're in May. Week 1. Okay, let's see if we picked up any enhancement talent, everybody. We got nothing yet. Okay. Fast forward again here. I don't see anything catching our eye. Not going to go crazy with this, everybody. I'm just going to see if we can pick up another enhancement talent. But this gives you a very good look around to the opening of a game here and what it looks like. This is, of course, you're going to do your own thing, but this is how I do things. This is what I found success playing. It's the way I usually try to set up all of my saves. And, of course, Windy City Wrestling here is going to be no different. Not a whole lot written about Andre there, is there? All right, this is taking forever because the game world's huge. That's why. All right, looks like we picked up some people here, and we did. All right, cool. We're going to get George Shire. Now we're going to get a notepad going here, too. John Rizzo, Michael Sexton, Mickey Shannon, Houdini, Jason Walker, Julio Rodriguez, Tony Charles, and we got the 2 ladies, Sabrina and Habana. So that's good. All right, we're going to complete all these. We're good. Now, let's take a look at our announcers here. And for events, you're going to have George Shire and Mick Karch. And for TV, we're going to have Mick Karch and George Shire. So there we go. We are good. Oh, another thing I want to take a look at right away is our road agents. Sorry for the delay there. My brain's a little slow. We only have two, Sam DeCero and the Zebra Kid. Tony Charles, with his experience, should be, but what are you going to do? Great, we're going to lose Candy Devine and Debbie Combs right away because the WWF made a deal with them. Okay, let's plug in. John Rizzo, as we know, is a big guy. And Michael Sexton, I think, is a middleweight. Mickey Shannon is a lightweight. Yes, I've used most of these people many times and many other saves, as you know. Houdini was a lightweight. Jason Walker was a lightweight. Julio Rodriguez was not. And of course, we'll adjust these if need be. Tony Charles, Sabrina and Habana. Tony Charles is a big pickup for us. Okay, we are most likely going to end up with Razor DeVito. We're going to end up with El Bracero and Tony Charles. So we need to have Tony Charles as a heel here. And he can do it. Tony Charles can play a good heel too. So let's take a look at our roster here. Let's make sure that Tony Charles is a heel. He is. Excellent. Okay, good. All right, so our TV show is booked for tonight. All right, I'm not comfortable running a show yet. Okay, so let me teach you how to trick this up without getting penalized. Okay, so normally we're going to try to run Wednesday, right? Now we just changed our day to Tuesday. So now we're going to wait till next Tuesday. No penalty to us, doesn't hurt anything. Yeah, it's a way to trick up the system, but it's a fair way to trick up the system. We're going to move right ahead and let's see if we can grab up the rest of our signings here, get our roster a little bit more solid. We need a manager for the Texas Hangman. We may bring in dastardly Don Carson. Prematurely put Trudy Adams' name in there, but that's okay. There he is, Randy Hogan. Okay, let's see who else we landed here. A lot of people. All right, this is a lot of wrestlers here, everybody, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this up off screen. And then next time I see you with the Windy City save, we should be ready to run our first studio show. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. I appreciate your loyalty. And for you, those of you that are new to our channel, please leave a comment below. Let us know how you found us. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what your interests are in wrestling. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button. Give us a like and share this video with your friends. You can also join us on social media at facebook.com/groups/1987supermod. You can also check us out on Reddit with the subreddit TEW 2020 Friends. If you would like the Supermod, go to braddrake.net, drop me a line, and I'll be more than happy to send you over a link to the database and the picture pack. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.